Hello, my wonderful Gemini. Welcome back to Vovo Drag Tarot. I, of course, am Joni Vovo, a drag performer based in Sydney's inner west, Sydney, Australia. So you'll often find me at places like Oxford Street, King Street, Newtown, Enmore, Erskineville, and all such places. So this is a general reading for the collective of Gemini. So if Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising, this reading is for you. But like all general readings, just take what resonates. And if the story doesn't fit, it simply does not fit, and it's just for another person watching on this video. I am using a Rider-Waite deck, and we'll be using a Celtic cross to look at your current situation, what might be coming up in the future, as well as your challenge, some general advice, and also a potential outcome. And just to say, while I do look at what's coming up in the future and a possible outcome, you are a sovereign being. You make your own choices. You're a divine creature living a human experience. You co-create with the universe. So just use this as a chance for you to have a bit of insight and clarity about your situation. Then make your own damn choices. This is not fortune telling. It's just a mirror looking at your current situation. So please just take it as that. All right. How are you feeling? Are you ready to jump in? All right. Well, let's go. So your current situation is the Star. What an amazing starting point. Okay. So the Star, like I said, you are a divine being having a human experience. So the Star is, there's something in your life that is your guiding principle, the direction that you're going in, the values that you're living out of, the thing that gets you out of bed in the morning. It's the reason that you're here. It's your purpose for being here. And what an amazing, beautiful energy to start with. So you're very much in tune with who you are, what you're doing, why you're doing it, and, you know, where you're going in the world. Amazing, beautiful starting place. All right, let's look at your immediate past. We've got, oh, Gemini, of course. So, oh, my cat's in here, and the wrong cat. Jinx, are you okay? Hey, puss. I've got two cats. They don't like each other, and the wrong one's in my room right now, so we'll see what happens. Hey, puss. Hey, Jinx. Hey, Puska. Aw, cutie. So the Three of Swords is all about heartbreak. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can just be that if there was a situation in your life where you were fully invested with your heart, and it just did not work out for whatever reason. So it's very much that heartbroken energy. Can be romantic, doesn't have to be. Could be a workplace, could be a friend situation, social setting, family situation. It's just where you were fully invested, and, you know, everything that you gave led to a dead end and led you to feel completely heartbroken. I'm sorry, Gemini. And it was upside down, sitting in your past position. So I would say that upside down can mean two things. I'm going to take one of the readings, which means that this is something that you've processed and you've moved on from. It's sitting in your past. It's there as an energy, but you can see it for what it is, but you've moved on. And the fact that the Star was the current energy, it means, you know, you learned your lesson and you've rediscovered who you are and why you're here, even in the face of that heartbreak. Wow, that's a very powerful start. So let's look at what's coming up in your immediate future. And we've got, oh, the Knight of Pentacles upside down. So the Knight of Pentacles are all about the practical world. So it's where you put your hand, it's where you put your time and your energy, it's where you invest. And the Knight is very hardworking. So they will do the overtime. They will volunteer and put their hand up to do all the hard work, all the grunt work. And it was upside down, which I have a sense means that, it means that you are aware that you very much have a capacity to work very, 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 very hard. But you've probably done that before, and you know that working hard can lead you to burnout, and it doesn't always get the results that you're after. So you're very wary of this. You're wary of where you put your time and energy. You know that you could work hard, that you could just blindly charge ahead, but you've learned your lesson and you're now being discerning. You know what your values are, you know what you want to achieve, you know what you want to see. So if you invest your time and energy and work hard, does it align with your vision and values? Again, a difficult but beautiful space to be starting with as your starting energy. All right, Gemini. Let's look at the cross energy, which might be the challenge or area of growth you might be facing at the moment. We've got the Four of Pentacles. Interesting. So that kind of aligns with the Knight of Pentacles being upside down. So if you're thinking about your time and energy and where you invest it, Four of Pentacles is very much about being conservative. And that's neither a good nor a bad thing. It just means you think about and you question what resources you have and where you put it. Will it be worthwhile if you put it somewhere else? And will there be a return on how you use your time and energy? Which sounds very fair enough. If you've been heartbroken and you're very much in line with your values and you know you have the capacity to work hard and possibly burn out, you're in a place now where you're like, okay, this is what I've got to offer, but I'm going to be very wise and discerning about where I place it. Good on you, Gemini. Okay, what you're aware of about the situation? Oh, the Six of Wands. Okay. So Six of Wands is very much about success, and it can be public success. So it could be that if you're in a job that people recognize the hard work you put in. It could be that you get a promotion, that people, celebrate your successes and what you contributed. And so this was sitting in your conscious mind and it was upside down. So I think this again just ties it all together. You're thinking about, well, if I invest my time and energy, is it going to come back to me? Am I going to be recognized for the work that I put in and the energy I put in? Or will it be a dead end? So that's very much sitting in your conscious mind at the moment. Let's look at what you don't see about the situation. We've got the Three of Cups. So I would say that even though you're in a very conservative place at the moment, you've been heartbroken. You've invested before and it hasn't gone well. So you're very much now being very discerning and picky about where you put your time and energy. The thing that you're unaware of is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is very much about community and celebration and living life and just being in the flow with other people. So I would say that even at the moment, if you're very much trying to narrow your focus and being like, I will invest here, I won't invest here. I will invest here, I won't invest here. The thing that you don't see is don't cut off opportunities. Because you've been burnt before, because you're trying to be conservative, there might be situations where you have a lot of opportunity to invest and to play and to celebrate with others, but you might be very holding back and being very guarded, which isn't a bad thing. Discernment and wisdom is not a bad thing, but just make sure you don't take it too far and cut yourself off from opportunities to invest and play and celebrate with other people. I know you've been burnt, but it's hard to balance still being open to new opportunities. Just because you've been burnt before doesn't mean you'll be burnt again. So just be open, be open-hearted, which is easier said than done. Okay, so let's look at your advice about the situation, and we've got the Sun upside down. So this kind of ties in with the Six of Wands. The Sun is the best card in the deck. This is like where just everything works, where everything's in alignment, where who you are and what you put out and what you do just works and it comes back to you and you don't have to overthink it. It's just You living your full life, being your best self, and everything being wonderful and in alignment. And it was upside down. So, as your advice, it is very much this energy of you being discerning, but not being closed off. How do you balance that? How do you balance being conservative with your time and energy and being open to new opportunities? Again, easier said than done. Find that balance of discernment, of being wise but being open. And then the advice of the sun, the upside down sun. Be discerning but be open, very much. Again, easier said than done. Particularly if this has been your past. And that's really hard. But like from what I can see here, you've processed this, you've healed from this, you've moved on. So don't bring this story into your future. It has happened before. It may happen again, but it also may not. So don't let this story shade every single, shade all the color of every possible opportunity you could have ahead of you. All right. I've lost my place. It'll come to me. External factors. We've got, Six of Swords. So Six of Swords is very much about moving on. And I would say this is an energy you're in. You're very much wanting to leave the past in the past, which is a good thing, and then move on. And it was in the external factors, so there might be some roadblocks. Whatever that heartbreak was, you may still have to face it. If that was a relationship that ended, that person may still be in your life. If it was a workplace, you might still be in that workplace. If it was a social setting, you still might be in that social setting. So that's really hard. If you haven't quite been able to, emotionally and processing wise, you might have done all of that and you might already be a million miles ahead. But contextually, you still might have to, in the day-to-day, face whatever that old context is, which is really difficult because you have to, be in it, face it, have learnt the lessons, be ready to move on, and then be at the same time discerning and then open, which is really, really hard. If it's still all a big mess, if you're still facing some ghosts from the past, that's really hard. It's really, really hard. But do your best. Do your best. Process it, leave it behind, be open to the future, even if you still have to walk through, those corridors of the past. Very difficult. Very difficult. Okay. Hopes and fears. The Magician. Well, so I would say you feel that you have everything you need to manifest a better future. You've learnt the lessons. You've got the resources available to you. You're in a place where you can make wonderful decisions to create a better future. And this was sitting in your hopes and fears, and it did come out upside down, but for hopes and fears, I read it both ways. So your hope and fear is that you can create something new, something marvelous, something wonderful that does align with these amazing values of yours. You know what they are. You've already done the work, and you want to succeed in that. And the possibilities are there. It's just, the path is just managing this. Being wise and discerning and conservative, but open. A very, very tough line to tread. But it looks like that's what you want. That's what you're looking to. That's what you're hoping to achieve. It seems like all the resources are there available to you. All right? Okay. So let's look at the potential outcome. And again, you've got free will. Make your own choices. Gemini. Potential outcome. All right, I say this all the time. Every card has pros and cons, positives and negatives. So the Five of Swords is about winning at all costs. You are wanting this wonderful new beginning. You are wanting to have this wonderful collaboration and celebration and just living your best with other people. And you have everything at your resources to do that. You do. So I would just say, whilst you've got that determination to win at all costs, just make sure you do it in the right way. Often this card can mean that you want to achieve your goals no matter the fallout. But I would dare say you're aware of everything going on in this situation. You could choose to just charge ahead and like just fuck everything else. And there might be a lot of fallout. You might put people offside. You might like burn bridges to get there. But again, you've got free will. You're a sovereign being. You can win, but like if you're going to win at all costs, what is the cost? And does that cost need to be spent? Like I said right back at the start, you don't need to bring this energy with you. Just because you've been hurt, just because you've experienced heartache and grief, doesn't mean you need to perpetuate that. These 3 swords, you don't need to run around with your 5 swords and cause other people a 3 swords moment, yeah? You have everything you need to win. You have everything you need to win. Just maybe have some discernment about how you achieve that. Is it worth winning at all costs? Can you win in a way that doesn't cause more heartbreak for you or for other people? You've got that choice. Just saying. Just saying. All right, Gemini. Let's have a quick look at the bottom of the deck. I often like to think of the bottom of the deck as, you know, all the other cards is looking in front of the curtain, but then every now and then we can like pull the curtain away and see what's going on behind the scenes. We've got 6 of Pentacles, so you have a chance to be generous. 5 of Cups, you might still be bringing some of this negative energy with you of looking at the past and looking at loss. 8 of Wands, you might be trying to enact things very quickly, just like it's now or never. But, you know, does it really need to be winning at all costs at that expense? Oh, Queen of Wands upside down. Again, how much of your power and the influence are you going to swing around? Are you just going to bust chops and steamroll? Or upside down, are you going to be a little bit more discerning and wise? I mean, we've got the 10 of Pentacles here. There's definitely an opportunity for you to find fulfillment and happiness and abundance. But, you know, again, are you going to do that through busting chops? Through just brute forcing your way through it? Through bringing this negative energy and grudges from the past? You know, or could you do it through some sort of more generous position? Up to you. Up to you. All right, Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. If you liked this reading, please hit like, hit subscribe. If you've got any feedback about how this situation applies to you, I would love to hear your feedback. Please leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, Gemini, I'll see you next time. Bye. Mwah.